Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Marilyn Darling Show. Today, we're going to be talking about a controversy that I am quivering with in my mind, and I thought I'd take you along for the ride. So, we have this beautiful letter from so-and-so, and I'm curious, how do you guys open your letters? First, let's talk about how we close a letter. So, we're done writing our Dear John letter. I swear to God. Hi, Friedrich. How are you doing today? Are you having a nice day? Hi, Gary. How are you? Long time no see. Okay, so you have your Dear John, Dear Friedrich, Dear Gary letter. And I'm going to show you how I close up my envelopes. Make sure my writing is dry, first of all. I know, the highest tech, only for the best. So, take our envelope, I flip mine over, and then I tuck it underneath the lip of the envelope, and I fold it just so I think that it will make it inside of the envelope, and then I press it down so there's about 1/4 of an inch left at the bottom. And then I take it out, and I tuck this bit into the corner of this bit here, and then I press that down. So I have this tri-envelope system. And I put this facing the back. Okay. The letter, the Dear John part facing the back. Okay. And then before I even take the tab off, I will put on here and then I will put my little stamp in this corner, and I will make sure that everything looks good before I undo this bit here, because I don't want it to look bad. And sometimes I will write the letter, the envelope first before I put the letter inside the envelope. At any rate, I put the envelope face down, put the Dear John towards me, Make sure that everything is nice and flat. And then I tear off the little bit. And then I fold it over from the middle bit out. Okay? And then if I want to, I can put some embellishments on here. This one, I'm going to put some washi tape. I'm going to put it along this little bit here because sometimes I get letters with this bit here all ripped to crap. So you want to put it just along the edge here, just up to the corners of your letter. Make sure it doesn't go over the sides. If it does go over the side, you can just peel it off. Peel it back just a little bit, because you don't want it to go over the sides. Okay. Now here's where a lot of people get it wrong. And it's quite upsetting, and I'll tell you why. Some people, now I'm not calling anybody out, but you know who you are. Some people tape over the very bit of this corner here, and I'm going to tell you why not to do that. So we're going to pretend that this is the corner that you tape over. Now, I want you to take a real close look at this and tell me what's wrong with this picture. Can anybody tell me? How are you going to open this letter without for surely tearing off a piece of the insides of the content of the letter? Don't put tape over the very end all the way up to the end. You want to leave this little tiny bit flap just a little bit open. I mean, even if it's just a little bit open, you want to at least leave about that much open. And I'll tell you why. Because when I open my letters, I'll show you how exactly that I open my letter. I get my letter, I go, oh, that's beautiful, that's John Hancock. And I take the thing and I turn it over like this. And then I take my knife and I insert it facing away from me. And I stick the edge inside of that little thing right there. And I rip it. And then I go a little bit further and I rip it. A little bit further and I rip it. And then soon I can rip all the way out. Alexa, stop. All the way out to the edge. And then when I take the letter out, I usually take it out like this. And I expect to see, oh look, dear so-and-so. So, how do you put your letters inside of your envelopes? Do you put them facing the front or the back of the envelope? And do you tape your corners up? Let me know in the comment section below. Can't get a letter opener in there. That's right. So what do you do? What do? You take and you push it down like this. And then you have to cut a tiny corner like that. And then you can get your letter in there, and sometimes you might cut a corner of your letter off. But that's the way that I do it. I too save all of my letters. If you guys have ever written me a letter, it's in a box down there. See? Right there. In that box, there's a box there. And every year on Christmas, I go through and I read all of my letters. And if I'm, or around Christmas time, I will go through all of my letters and I will write everyone who has gifted me anything over the year or written me a letter over the year. I will write them a Christmas card. Hi Kathy, how are you doing today? Hi again. What time are you doing the calligraphy classes? The calligraphy classes will be directly after I do the ink review of the day. They will be separate videos. So as soon as I'm done with the ink review of the day, I'm going to try and do the ink review early in the morning. And then at 1 o'clock, I'll do the ink review. It shouldn't be more than 20 minutes. I hope. Cross fingers, hope to die, or stick a needle in my eye. And hopefully it'll be in a cooperative mood. Because I'm going to be using both my Fountain Pen Revolution Himalayas. Because one will be wash. Now, if you're good at participating in 30 Inks 30 Days... some advice that I would give to you is if you have one Fountain Pen Revolution Himalaya and you plan on using that for your calligraphy class, I would suggest that you try and do your journaling as much as possible in the morning time, and then take your nib feed out, put it in a little cup of water, just a little cup, like that, and let it soak overnight. And then in the morning, refill your pen with a new ink. That is if you're doing 30 Inks 30 Days. I think other than you, I only received 4 Christmas cards despite sending over 100. I know. I only received about 6 this year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know where the other one went. I think I got 6 this year. So you are doing 30 inks 30 days, but using my serendipity for the ink sample is very good. I like the serendipity. It's really nice for doing ink samples. I was thinking thoughts about doing the serendipity for the calligraphy class, but I want to be able to use my flex nibs, and I can't do that with the serendipity. It has to be a normal pen. So it's either going to be the Noodler's Conrad, the Fountain Pen Revolution Himalaya, or the Fountain Pen Revolution Jaipur. So it's going to be, I'm going to try and do currently inked 3 days at a time. I might throw in the Can Write Desire, but I'm gonna try and keep everything on the Ultra Flex nibs, because those are the easiest flex nibs to find for the line variation that we're gonna use. Any questions, comments, concerns? And then next year, I'll tell you all right now, next year we're going to be using the Ackerman pump pen with a Zebra G nib. This is a most wonderful device. If you don't have a fountain pen revolution Himalaya today, I believe, is the last day of the discount. So go to FPRRevolutionUSA.com and you can get a 30% off of a fountain pen revolution Himalaya version 2 in Chrome Pensanity sale. So go get one now. So the difference between the gold trim and the silver trim, let's see, I don't know if you can tell, but one is definitely more orangey, chromy than the other. It's not like a super gold finish, but it's gold. It's sort of gold. Anyway, questions, comments, concerns? Hi, Tracy Ann. How are you doing today? Just to say a big hello from England. Oh, well, thank you. Welcome. Before I sleep, is it your pen pal Tracy? It is very late here. 2 a.m. Oh my goodness, go to bed. You're not allowed to buy pens for a while. What is the Ackerman pump pen? Oh boy, I'm so glad that you asked. The Ackerman pump pen is a fountain pen that uses dip pen nibs. We're gonna get messy. Come on. Takes a little bit to get it out because it's sticky stuck. And I don't have any friggin'... I chewed all my claws off, so... Why aren't you coming out? So this is a zebra G-nib. Just a normal dip pen zebra G-nib. And it has a plastic feed. Let's see. Has a plastic feed. Okay. Huge barrel channel. Okay. And on the side of the pump pen has this little silicone bladder that you can push, and you see right there, it pushes air out, or if you need just a little tiny bit of ink to come out, you just push it and it creates an air bubble and pushes out some ink, which is super useful because sometimes you'll be in the flow, as I like to call it, and you don't want to stop and dip your nib, you just want to keep going. I'm going to be right back, just 2 shakes. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so I wanted to show you that it's just a plastic feed with a super huge, thick channel and just a regular zebra G nib. A regular zebra G. Can you see? Just a regular zebra G nib. Yep, there you can see. So, with that on top of there, and then that goes inside the pen. Make sure that you orientate it so that way that your thumb is over the little bladder. Stuff it in there. It's friction fit, so it doesn't need like any special orientation or anything. It's a little difficult to get it in there. And you want to keep it so that it's pretty much the edge of the nib is right at the end of the feed there. You only have 19 subscribers. Tell me about your channel. What do you do? Do you do fun things? Do you play with ink and paper? Let me see. Oh, I can't do that from here. How do I do this? Oops. Let me see. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this. Here, paste. Tracy Ann's creative ideas and swimming. Oh boy. Oh yes, that's right. I remember seeing you. Hello, Tracy Ann. How are you doing today? So, at the end of the in the barrel, it has a cartridge, proprietary cartridge that you can refill with your favorite fountain pen ink. I usually use this with my very thick inks because if I have a very thin ink, it kind of bloops out onto the page. This is my last resort. If I have an ink and it refuses to come out of any of my other pens, I can usually put it in this and it usually flows pretty good. Okay, put these away. BLS stands for British Sign Language. Yes! So, that's cool. Does the pump pen come with the Zebra G nib? When you buy the pump pen, it comes with one Zebra G nib. The Zebra G nibs don't last very long, and sometimes they can be very scratchy. So that's where this comes in. You get like 10 of these for $4 or something like that on Amazon. Let me see. How much did I pay for these things? These were... come on. I wish when you went to the Amazon, it just showed you all of the things that you bought. Like, don't show me pages, just show me all of the things that I bought. I don't know what year I bought it or what month, just show me all of the things. Stupid. Did I buy them on? I did. Okay, here they are. 12 pieces for $3.27. They're just 7-way nail files. And they're meant for smoothing, for making nails flat and then making them smooth so they shine. But I use them to buff my nibs out with. And, if they're scratchy. And then I can when you press the little button, when you press the little blob on the side, see it coming out? Sometimes if you have an ink that's not being very cooperative, you can push a little bladder and it'll give you a little bloop of ink out on the nib. So that way you can just get it going. And sometimes if it's very uncooperative, I put a little bit of rubbing alcohol on the end because I might have touched it with my finger. Sometimes when you want to do a big flourish, you want to press the little button while you're doing the flourish. And I'll give you a nice bloopy blob of ink. So it makes nice and wet. Because I like to play in ink, sometimes I have messy fingers. But that's just what happens. And you take a paper towel or toilet paper like I do and you blob it up and you're off onto the races. Uh-oh. My ink did come through just a little bit, though. That's okay. It's an inky time. Uh-oh. Okay, what it says. This is a pumpkin. I got a set on Amazon with different color ink and different sizes and to write to. We all need buff nibs. Yes. Buff nibs. Yes. My partner bought it for me. Oh, that's nice. You and Pierre with your flourishes. Well, I'm not a big flourish kind of person. I mean, I think that might have been the biggest flourish I've done in a good long while. I mean, I do my tea flourishes, but really that's about it. I don't really do big flourishes. like he does. He gets crazy with his flourishes. Good Lord. Yeah. I don't really do big flourishes. These are just normal sized flourishes. Yeah. Oh, yes, you're most welcome. I will be teaching fountain pen calligraphy 103 from tomorrow through the 30th. And doing a 30 inks 30 days. So come and hang out with us and learn some calligraphy. And maybe, just maybe, you can improve your handwriting so that other people can read it too. 2 sets here and 2 sets at his. I can't wait to see them with you. Oh, I'm so glad. Any questions, comments, concerns? Well, that is all for today. I want to thank you all for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed that one. I hope that you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media. Like, comment, subscribe, ring the little bell. Make sure it's set to all, so when I upload new content, YouTube notifies you. And I will be back tomorrow with another video. So take care until then. Okay, love you, bye. 4 sets but I'm English time. What time? There. Okay, it's gonna be 1 p.m. Pacific. 1 p.m. Pacific. That's 8 p.m. UK time. Okay, love you, bye.